Hello team, my name is Tom and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk you through a presentation that if you genuinely sit down and watch, put your phone on Do Not Disturb and channel your focus into the things that I'm going to teach you, it's going to completely change the direction of your life, how you set goals and how you go about your day to ensure that you 100% hit every single target that you aim at. So today we're going to discuss accountability, habit trackers plus scorecards, productivity systems, to-do lists and goals, as well as journaling, analysis and focus. So accountability. First of all, accountability is the key to achieving success in any area of your life, whether it's fitness, business, personal growth, trading, whatever it is. Important to know that's going to piss you off, and I hope it does. Your life is the way it is because of you. Not your parents, not your childhood, not your job. It's all because of you. This also means that you're the captain of your life, your body and mind, and you steer the ship. True accountability requires honesty. So don't sit here and bullshit yourself about why your life is the way it is. It's because of you, and you are here watching this video for a reason, and that's to win. So accountability through metrics. Let's find out where we're messing up and let's find out where we're winning. So numbers are going to provide us objective data that can help us assess our performance. Meaning, when we come to measure the progress that we're making, the things that we're doing and not doing, if we've got the numbers in front of us, we can see what we're sticking at and what we're not. So what I'm going to show you now is how to track that. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you what a habit tracker is. But let me just explain about what habit tracker does. Well, it's going to tell you about yourself. It's going to give you objective data because you are your habits. It's very difficult to observe yourself from a third perspective if you don't actually have numbers or you don't have data to provide information about, well, who am I from a habits perspective. So what I'm going to show you next is a habit tracker to give you clarity on that. So here we have a habit tracker, and this is my personal habit tracker. As you can see, we've got the habits and the score for the day, and then we've got the score for the week. So you can reach out to me, Tom Roberts Official on Instagram if you're watching on the YouTube, or team, if you're watching this, reach out to me on Telegram. And I'm going to send you this so you can get it printed off for yourself. So obviously you're going to have your own habits in here, and obviously what you want to do is you want to have 3 habits that you want to start doing and 3 habits that you want to remove, because it's all well and good adding habits all the time, but unless you stop the stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, it's like trying to build a house on sand. You know, you're building new habits on a shit foundation. So a karmic debt plan. What is this? So if you don't stick to what you do, then you need to pay a price, because otherwise you're just going to keep on doing it. For example, I fucking hate doing burpees. They're annoying, they hurt, they're tiring, I can't breathe. And if I don't stick to what I say I'm going to do, I do 50 burpees. And that's for each habit, which means that if I break my diet for 7 days of the week, which I don't do, I stick to my diet by the way. If I don't do that, that's 350 burpees at the end of the week of karmic debt that I need to pay off. When it comes to doing the bad habit, so for example, if I'm looking at chocolate milk in the fridge when I'm supposed to be eating steak, vegetables and fruit as my diet, I'm going to look at that chocolate milk and I'm going to ask myself, is that chocolate milk worth doing 50 burpees, sweating in 30-degree heat out here in Thailand, out of breath? No, it's probably not. So I think again and decide, okay, let me go get some water. Plus, even if I do fuck up, the burpees are going to make me stronger. So, the scary side of metrics. If you can't control what you're doing, then you genuinely are not going to achieve the life that you want. It's as simple as that, because everything you do has an effect. It has a second order consequence, and so on and so on. So, for example, 3 hours of social media per day is 126 working days in the year. 126 working days that you could have been spent reading, learning to trade, learning how business works, reading a book, improving your communication skills, serving others, whatever it may be, and wherever you want to channel that energy. You've just wasted 126 years. I mean, 126 years, 126 days of the year. And this is just if you're scrolling 3 hours, by the way. I'm pretty sure if you go on your metrics and your phone, if you're on an iPhone, and you look at how long I've been spending on social media, some of you are doing double this, even triple this. And that's like, wow, that's like some scary numbers, man, that you could have spent, investing back into yourself. But the main thing is you know this now. So let's forget about the past. Let's forget about past data and let's start focusing on the future. So where else are you wasting time? Procrastinating, sleeping in late, going off track, skipping tasks, partying and drinking. And look, team, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not here to dictate what you should and should not do with your life. But if you want the real and you want me to help you become successful, then you need to accept that all these things that you do at the moment that aren't in line with your goal are just taking you one step backwards every single time you do them. And, partying and drinking, look, a lot of people just want to go out and enjoy their weekend. I get that. But I've met a lot of older people and they said to me, I wish I didn't spend so much time partying and drinking with people who didn't really, care or, ask me about my goals and dreams. Or I've just heard it so many times, nothing fucking productive comes out going to the pub. Nothing at all. No one's asking you about your goals. And look, you don't have to be as relentless as I am when it comes to performance, but if you're here and you're trying to get rich, then I'm sorry, you're not going to get there by accident. You're going to get there by being relentless with your performance and saying no to shit like partying, skipping your tasks and sleeping in late. So, productivity. Win the hours, win the days, win the days, win the weeks, win the weeks, win the months, win the months, win the years. What you do on an hourly basis determines how your day's going to go. And obviously, as I mentioned there, the days, the weeks, the months, etc. If you can't fucking control your hours and how productive you are with your micro time, which means 30-minute slots or just the day in general, if you can't genuinely win the day, then you're going to have a shit week. And that's just going to compound into months and then into years. And then all of a sudden, 5 years have gone by, you're thinking, why haven't I made progress? Well, you haven't been able to control the day. So I'm going to teach you now how to control your day and how to fill your day with tasks that are in line with what you want. So as you can see here, this is a to-do list. This is my to-do list. Obviously, I've got a lot of meetings because I've got the business generation eye, but you can change that bit, meetings and calls. But as you can see here, my day is broken down into 30-minute slots. I've got notes and I've got goals. I've got tasks based upon priority. So the red is very, very, I need to do it. The blue is I need to do it after I've completed the red tasks. And the green is if I don't do it today, I can do it tomorrow. It's not too heavy if I don't complete it today. And basically this just gives you a bird's eye view over your schedule and how you're going to be spending your day. Okay, so if you want this, reach out to me and I'll send it you. So obviously, we've had the daily tracker there, but now let's break down weekly tasks and goals. Okay, so for example, I'm training for a Muay Thai fight at the moment, and I need to make sure that I win this fight. And the way I'm going to fucking squeeze all of the progress out of the universe as much as possible is by completing all these tasks that are listed below to completion. So just training Monday to Saturday, cardio 3 times a week, calisthenics twice a week, lots of water to keep me hydrated, recovery because I'm going to be training a lot, vegetables, steak and fruit because obviously I need it for my body to grow, and stretching before bed so I'm not tired next day for training. I can't do more. There's nothing more I can do, so the universe has to give me what I want. Okay. People say, some people get lucky. Well, if you're doing everything that you can for the universe to give you what you want, because guess what? The universe ain't going to give you what you don't deserve, mate. It's as simple as that. I can't go into that fight knowing I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Because if I lose it, I'm going to know it's because I didn't do it. Whereas if I lose it after doing all these tasks, I know I did everything I could and I'm still proud of myself. Okay, I won't beat myself up about it. And as you can see in the second example here about trading, if you want to do 10% on your trading account this week, and this is just an example, by the way, you can use this in many different areas of your goals, whatever it is to you, but I'm going to show you how to break it down. If you do your risk management, your market analysis, you set your alarm for the trading news, 1 hour of trading education every day, you journal all your trades, you follow the signals and place personal trades 5-to-1, meaning for every 5 signals you place 1 personal trade. This is just an example, by the way. Then you're literally doing everything you can in terms of input, and the universe has to give you what you want. It doesn't always go in the favor that you want it to, granted, trading, but you're doing everything you can. There's not more you can do other than spend more time, obviously, learning trading, and yeah. So this is just how you break down the weekly goal. Okay. So focus is a skill that you need to master, and a lot of people say focus, but most people don't even know what that means at the end of the day, and it's not as easy as it sounds. When people say, "Oh, you need to focus," well, I'm gonna show you exactly what that means. Okay. So there's 3 areas of focus. You've got selective attention, which is directing your focus, sustained attention, which is maintaining it, and then you've got cognitive control, which means you go back to being focused when you get distracted or emotional. Okay. So throughout this presentation so far, you've probably had a few distractions come up. You've probably had a few notifications come through. You've maybe paused it. Some people have clicked off this presentation by now because their attention span is that fucked. Okay. Hence why I said at the start of the video, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, because you need to listen to what I'm saying so you can genuinely take the information and run with it. Okay. Because this information, this is for you to win. This is what's helped me get to the position that I'm in today. It's stuff that I've been learning from millionaires. And I even had one mentor that was a billionaire, and he taught me how to focus. Okay. So the reason focusing is important because it helps you complete the tasks throughout the week, which is obviously, as we spoke about a minute ago, going to help you win the month, which is going to help you win the year. Okay. And it's a muscle. Focus is a muscle, and you need to train your brain to focus so you can concentrate on tasks and complete them. Okay, so these are a few exercises that I was learning from my billionaire mentor that allow me to gain control of my mind and focus. The first one is silence. It did not make any sense at all when he first said this to me. Sit in silence for 10 minutes with a notepad and pen and write down the thoughts that come to you. Okay, but we are our thoughts at the end of the day. We are what we think about, and that's how we manifest the life that we want. That's how we just are. We are our thoughts. And if you just sit there with a notepad and pen and you put a timer on your phone for 10 minutes and you write down your thoughts, you're going to think like, what am I even thinking about? And you're going to become more aware of them. And sometimes you might have doubt. Sometimes you might have tasks to complete, and you can write all these down at the end of the by the end of the 10 minutes, you're going to have this sheet of paper that's going to tell you everything you've been thinking about in the last 10 minutes. And that's probably going to be a direct result of the stuff that you're thinking about in the day. Okay, so you're going to become a little bit more aware of the stuff that you're thinking about. The other one is to focus on your breathing. Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding for 7 seconds, and then out for 8. Okay. Breathing is very much like meditating because you're focusing on something. And meditating, you can just go onto YouTube, look up for daily meditations for you to focus on. And this is, I know it's not focusing on a task, but what it's doing is it's training your brain. And your brain doesn't know whether you're fucking watching a trading video or doing a meditation. All it knows is, okay, this is what I'm focusing on. And you are going to find, if you don't usually do this, you're going to get distracted. You might not be able to even do it the first time. But if you can't focus for 10 minutes on your breathing, then how can you expect yourself to build a 6-figure income? And how can you even deserve that if you can't control your mind for 10 minutes? So this is why this is absolutely essential, learning and practicing these things. So a distraction list and an impulse list. So obviously your going to get distracted. You're going to have things that pull you away from what you really want. And these things are called vices, which means that these are going to be the things that prevent you from getting the most out of your goals, getting the most out of the work that you're doing. Okay. You don't have to be as relentless as this, but this is what works for me. If I find myself scrolling on social media, what I'll do, or what I did, sorry, is 3 times per day, I set an alarm and I set a timer for 10 minutes, which means now I spend 30 minutes per day on social media, 3 times per day, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, which means I control how much time I'm spending on there. Okay. Skipping my morning routine. What I'll do to give myself the best chance to succeed, have it on paper next to my bed. If I don't complete the routine, I don't eat breakfast. And to be honest, I've stopped eating breakfast altogether now, actually. So it's not really like a solution, but having it next to me on the bed is better because it's not just in my mind of what I need to do this morning. It's a list of tasks that I need to complete, such as, wake up, make my bed, go and shower, brush my teeth, just tasks to complete that allow me to hit the day with momentum. Like, for example, you don't have to sell your Xbox and cancel your Netflix subscription, but if you want to be a millionaire, you shouldn't have an Xbox. Not all of yous do have an Xbox, but this is just an example of things that take away your time, that don't earn you money, and are going to prevent you from getting the most out of your goals. Partying and smoking weed, this is what I used to do. So for every £50, obviously I don't have a pound sign on this laptop, but for every £50 that I used to spend partying, I'd put £100 into a trading account or into courses or books, meaning that when it comes to partying, I was still improving more as a result of partying because I was spending more money investing back to myself. Okay, and this is going to be the mother of all mistakes. You're going to have your own distractions and your own impulses that you need to work on. Okay, team, it's very important that you write these down on paper and next to it, you have a solution. So journaling and self-analysis, okay, this is helpful for you to understand how you're spending your day. And at the end of the day, after you've completed all your work, you're at home, you're about to go to bed, I want you to ask yourself 3 questions and answer these. What did I do today? What did I do well? And what did I learn? What did I do wrong? And how can I improve? The reason why journaling is used for self-analysis, in my perspective, there is people who just journal to say what did they do today? But I think that if we're going to be journaling and speak about what we did today, we need to think, well, what did we do well and how can we improve? Because all these little 1% gains of, what we can get better, they're going to show up at the end of the year. And there's a book called Atomic Habits, and he improves himself 1% every day, James Clear. And he speaks about the amount of improvement you'll go through in a year if you just improve by 1% every day. I think it was like 37.5 times better at the end of the year if you genuinely just 1% every single day improve. Okay, so you're going to want to write this down on a piece of paper, these 3 questions, and answer them. Then you're also going to want to have a self-improvement folder, because this is a lot to remember, man. To-do lists, distraction lists, weekly goals, journal. So you're going to want to have 2 folders. The first folder has 4 pages in: your to-do list, your weekly to-do list, your distraction list, and the last page, your journal and self-analysis. And then in your other folder, you're going to have a record of your journal and your daily to-do list. You only need to change the weekly to-do list at the end of the week. So every single day at the end of the night, after you've completed your daily to-do list, you put the daily to-do list in the other folder, as well as the journal when you've wrote it in the other folder. And then you obviously add all the time to your distraction list and your impulse list. And this is it, team. This is your blueprint for fucking making it happen, man. If you genuinely just get this right, all these things, we're 20 minutes in. If you just get these things right, there's nothing you cannot achieve, because you put yourself in the best position possible. You know how to focus. You know that everything's your fault now. You know how to set habits. You know how to control your distractions. You know how to break down goals and achieve them. There's genuinely nothing more you can do other than fucking work. And this is going to give you everything you need. This video, if you have to revisit, do so. I actually recommend doing that because you've probably forgot fucking half the things I've already said. So yeah, Tim, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next call.